Hey guys, I just wanted to come up here and share with y'all the summary for Luke chapter 6. A few things I learned. So, the first thing is whenever Jesus was healing a person on the Sabbath, and the Pharisees were upset because, like, you're not supposed to do work on the Sabbath, it's supposed to be a day of, like, rest and things. But what I put in my note is the Sabbath, like every day, is another day to glorify God. So just because it's the Sabbath doesn't mean, oh, we're not going to glorify God today, because that would be doing like good works. But every day is a day to glorify God in your actions, in your works, in your words, in your attitude. So that's just kind of what stood out to me. And then the next thing would be verse 12. It says, one day soon afterward, Jesus went up on a mountain to pray, and he prayed to God all night. So one thing that kind of stood out to me is how sometimes we struggle to be in God's presence for 15 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour. But I put in my notes, it wasn't hard for Jesus to be in God's presence all night. And I found it interesting that how we struggle to be in God's presence, but then Jesus could be in God's presence all night. So just like, how much are we hungering and thirsting after God and his presence, or are we satisfied with like the bare minimum? And I'm not trying to say that to shame anyone. I know things can get busy, and even for myself sometimes it can be hard to spend more than like 15-30 minutes or spend more than an hour at church. You're like waiting on when is it time to go. But like, it's just a thing to think about, and it also just shows us where our heart is at. The next thing that I liked was how it said in verse 19, everyone tried to touch him because healing power went out from him, and he healed everyone. So basically how he can just heal any type of disease, nothing's too much for him. And even with everyone touching him, it wasn't like, okay, that's enough, I can't heal anymore. Like, he healed everyone. So I like that. And then also verse 23, it says, when that happens, be happy, yes, leap for joy, for a great reward awaits you in heaven. And remember, their ancestors treated the ancient prophets the same way. So this is when people are being mocked and persecuted for following God. So basically, just like, what's my response to persecution for God's sake? Am I being upset, or am I honored to be able to serve God in this way, even if it means persecution? And I would post a part 2 to cover the last few sections.